Hey, good morning, Sales Director Corinne Kreshe. Happy Monday. Okay, so this week, what if you absolutely had to? Like you had to. There were no other options. You absolutely had to obtain 10 new skincare customers this week. You had to. Like you were going to get fired, you could die, like something major, okay? Which, thank goodness, neither of those things will happen to you if you don't. Let's just pretend you had to. If Mary Kay was like your real job and your boss came to you on Monday morning and said, you need to move 10 skincare sets out. Doesn't matter if they're clear proof. Doesn't matter if they are the new Mary Kay line. Doesn't matter if they're miracle sets. Doesn't matter if they're repair sets. Heck, a couple of them could even be men's skincare lines. But you have got to get 10 skincare lines sold into the hands of others this week. New customers. You have to acquire new customers. You have to. 10 of them. Like, how would you respond? Now, natural response for some people would be complete shutdown. That's a natural first response to a challenge that seems bigger than you or more than you've done or impossible, okay? So for some people, shut down. Well, I guess I'm going to get fired. I guess I won't have a job anymore. Right? Like just complete shutdown. For other people, the response immediately is it's instead of a shutdown response, it's a reactive response. It's like, okay, let's see, how could I do that, right? And the brain just really starts going with just rattling off a bunch of ideas. Once the initial response leaves your system, though, if you'll take a deep breath and get out a pen and paper and even pray about it if you need to, you have the answers and the solutions within you, regardless of what your initial response was. If you were in shutdown mode or if you were in overdrive, after a little while, you can sit down and say, I wonder how I could get 10 skincare sets out this week. I wonder who I would talk to. I wonder who I would reach out to. I wonder if I would do that through social media, a little bit of social media, a little bit of samples. Maybe I would just host my own little skincare soiree at my house or somewhere else at Starbucks, invite some people to come, give me their opinion. Like, I wonder if I employed some of my, engaged some of my current customers and let them know that I had a challenge and they love their skincare. And if they could help me find a new customer, I could, certainly give them a discount on their future skincare. Like, if you just sit down past the initial response and slow down for a half a second and really looked at it as if it were a problem, not an emergency, but just like a math problem you were trying to work out, or there was like this equation and you're trying to I wonder if I could come at it from this angle. I wonder if this would work. You know what I bet I could do? And if you'll just sit in that mode, I promise you have all the answers. And feeling like you have ideas or answers or solutions, or it actually soothes and calms your system to where you actually get into a state where you're like, what's it hurt to even try? Like you go into this whole other phase where you almost are letting go of the outcome of the 10 and you're willing to just get into action. Because then you're talking to yourself like, what's the worst that could happen? Even if I reach out to 30 people and I only sell 4 sets, that's 30 connections that I make. Maybe I'll sell some other things. But it's 4 skincare sets I sold that I probably wasn't going to sell because I didn't have any appointments this week. You kind of go into this mode where you self-talk, you self-soothe, And you start looking for ways to win. You start looking for ways to position yourself to, at the end of the week, look back and be like, I'm so glad I did. Man, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I tried that. And it's not even about the 10 skincare sets at that point. It's about the progress, the person you became, the way you worked through your emotions, you worked through your problems, and voila. You're much further ahead at the end of the week than you were at the beginning of the week when you didn't even take on a big challenge. So I encourage you. I challenge you. What would it be like if we said you had to get rid of 10 skincare sets this week to new customers? You just had to. You absolutely had to. Work through that. I can't wait to hear about the results. God bless.